TJ, good to see you.
Good to see you too, sir.
First of all, it was a good game last week. Nice win.
Thank you, sir.
Talk about the success your team has had so far this year. What it's been like?
It's just that we are executing very well. Our defense is strong. Our offense is moving the ball. We just keep getting first downs. Just want to put that ball in the end zone.
It's been a fun ride this year, right?
Yes, sir.
I think you're like almost about 550 yards nearly, because you got about the same amount rushing the ball as you do receiving. You got about 294 one side, about 234 the other, and 4 touchdowns. That feels pretty good too.
Yes, sir.
How about the pass you caught from Jaron Rainey last week? That little pass, I think it was a right side pass kind of out in the flat. He just kind of dropped that ball over that middle tier defense, dropped it to you on the right side. Big first down play there.
Yes,
How'd that play develop? How'd that come about?
Well, it was kind of a play that we had to go under. We had to high-load the linebackers, and Jaron had to scramble, so I had to just find an open space for me to get the ball.
And you did a great job with it. Talk about your role with the team as far as the Cowboys. What's your role in your job at your position?
I'm a slot receiver and running back, so I just catch the ball when that ball's in the air.
Do you consider yourself more of a runner or more of a receiver, or just quite a bit of both?
I'm a little bit of both.
You got to be on this team. What's made the Cowboys team jump up and kind of get that surge in the rankings and the standings? What do you think's brought about this 6-0 start?
Well, like I said, we execute at a very high level. And our offense is definitely one of our best aspects, and our defense, just incredible defense. And all of us have been with our team for like many years. I've been with the team 4 years. Nolan Johnson been with their team 3 years. Noah Taylor 4 years. We're all just we're just one big family, and we stick together.
It's been kind of fun how this team has gotten better and better the past couple of years. I'm sure seeing the improvement's been a big plus for you guys.
Yes, sir.
On that offense, who do you look to? Who's kind of your running mate back there in the backfield? Is it like one player you kind of look to, or another player you look to, and you feel a little bit more relaxed, more comfortable when that person's back there with you? I mean, some people like to have somebody around so things work out well. Who's the guy you look toward?
It don't matter who's back there. We have all our running backs. All our running backs is...
Talk about Mr. Jumper. What does he bring to the table? He's a pretty strong runner back there. Bryson Jumper.
Bryson Jumper? Yes, he is a very good running back. He runs the ball hard and well. He is... what is he, like 196?
Pretty strong, pretty solid.
He's pretty strong.
What about Cam Smith? Because he's a younger back. He gives you guys a little bit of a plus there too. Cameron Smith.
Yes, sir. Cameron Smith. It doesn't matter if he's small, big. It don't matter. He will run that ball as hard as he can, no matter who's in front of him. He will try to run him over.
What about your quarterback, Mr. Rainey? What kind of big plus is he for this team? I know he's been a big boost, Jaron Rainey.
Oh yeah, Jaron has put us through got us through so many, like our Ragsdale game last year. He got us that winning touchdown. I'm sorry about this. He's a really good quarterback.
Something about him is good too. The fact that he can run and also pass in the same stretch. I mean, a very good runner. That's something he's shown more this year, I guess, maybe even in the past.
Oh yeah. Jaron. If he scrambles out the pocket, he will run that ball no matter where it is. If he sees the first down, he just takes it.
Yeah, I like what this team is. Who's the toughest team you've faced so far this year on the schedule? Who's been the toughest team so far?
I would have to say, all the teams that we face is extremely tough. They play well. They play with heart. But I would say that Southern Alamance.
Yeah, going back that far then. What do you think was the key to the success against Southeast? I mean, you guys, it was a close game until they had that one play where they roughed your punter. The punter got roughed up, and you guys got a big first down penalty there. Kind of a turning point in that game. I think right before the end of the first half, and you guys only scored, grab about a 20-8 halftime lead. What do you think the key to the success against Southeast was?
We just had to keep their defense off the field, really. Our offense tried to hold the ball and drive the field. There was one drive we took from the, I think, 8-yard line and all the way to the end zone. We just had to keep that defense off the field.
I'll tell you, a good play from Jaron Rainey to Christian Jackson. Boy, Jackson, that nice, about a 64-yard touchdown reception. That was a big boost early to get you guys on the board.
Yes, sir. It was. We just had to read that defense. We saw their corner that they were playing up, so we just let it go to Christian Jackson.
And last year you had Jeremiah Brown to go. Jeremiah's not there this year, but you guys have had to kind of adjust to the loss of some players, and other guys like Christian Jackson, Cameron Smith, and others are stepping up.
Yes, sir, they are. We have amazing receivers. Losing Jeremiah, not really a big, turn for us. It doesn't matter who we have on that field. We will execute.
The old saying, the coach I'm sure uses quite a bit, the next man up. That's what you guys are looking to
Yes,
forward. Who's the team, we're talking about the toughest game you've had, you felt like Southern Alamance. Who's the team you'd like to beat more than anybody else out there? You get more satisfaction beating this team maybe than anybody else in the schedule. You want to beat them all. You definitely are 6-0. You want to go even beyond the 6-0 and keep rolling. But among the teams you've got left, or even you played maybe so far, who's the team you want to beat the most?
Well, right now, like I said, it doesn't matter. Our next game is gonna be Glenn High School. That's the team we want to beat, and we keep moving forward. It doesn't matter which team.
A lot of satisfaction last year, though, when you guys beat Northwest, you guys beat High Point Central, beat Rags. Those were big wins for you.
Yes, sir. We were extremely happy for that. We bend, but we didn't break.
Yeah, that's when you guys started cracking the shell a little bit too, getting in those conference wins and starting beating some teams in the past you guys didn't have success against.
Yes, sir.
What about you look at the overall here locally for college teams? Let's get on the college football scene. Southwest has had success. Our college football. Who would you like to play more for? Would you be a Wake Forest man, A&T man, Elon, Guilford, Winston, Greensboro? What local team would you like to play for? I know you want to play somewhere because you're not done yet.
No, sir. I would very much like to play for ECU.
Really? Go to East Carolina. Even get out of this area, get out of this area, get out
Yes,
there.
sir.
Yeah. Have you had some contact with the Pirates? Maybe looking that way?
No, sir.
Any backup as far as ECU didn't work out? Anybody else maybe on that list you look toward?
Western Guilford.
Western Carolina, maybe?
Western Carolina.
Yeah. If you go to Western Guilford, you've already beaten them. You've got them knocked out already. You've cut their throat. Those guys are gone. So Western Carolina may be on the list, possibly. Any colleges all much contact yet? Because you've had a good year so far.
No, sir.
You got to get that list growing, I'm sure. Got to get building on it a little bit. More time for you after school. You spend more time checking out television, more time on your computer, more time on your phone. How does that go for you?
I would be more on my phone, if anything. But we still got to get those books right. So if anything, I will go when I go home, it's my routine. I go home, I will do my homework, get some studying in. If I have time, I'll get some TV, and then I'll be on my phone.
Hit the phone and check out the news. What about best football play you've seen this year? Is there a big play you remember from this season, this year, any level, maybe high school, college, world pro? Any big play that stands out in your mind? Best play, big play? What's the best play you've had this year? What's been your favorite play for you?
It would have to be my pass. When Jeremy passed me the ball over the middle when he had to scramble. That would be my best.
That's been your big play so far this year. Looking back a couple closing things. Who's the class? What is a class at Southwest? Your favorite class and maybe your favorite teacher? Is there a class you're liking these days and things are going well there?
AFM. It stands for. What is it? Advanced Functionings and Mechanics.
Now, what are you guys doing there? That sounds like a pretty tough title. What do you guys do in that class?
It's a math class, actually.
Okay.
Yes. And my teacher name is Miss Baker. She would be my favorite, yeah.
Yeah, she's the one you give the shout out to, right?
Yep.
Who about the shout out for maybe somebody in the team that doesn't get much recognition? Sometimes you guys have players like yourself, DJ Gray's in tonight. You got Noah Taylor in. You got Nolan Johnson. You guys getting some pub. Jaron was here a while back. Jaron Rainey. Who's the guy that doesn't get much pub? He might need a shout out.
I would like to shout out my man Justin Jones, linebacker. That boy has heart, and I like him.
Justin Jones.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Jones. He gets big. I wrote down the Yarbray name. Yarbray, we mentioned him a couple of times wrote down Mason Chu. Sometimes Mason has to step up and does some big things for your team. I wrote down, we mentioned already Cameron Smith. He's another, but your main man again, Justin Jones.
Yes, sir.
A big shout out for him. We're along with Football and Focus James Video Check for a Thursday. We've got our guest, DJ Gray, in. What's your biggest asset? Would it be your speed, your strength, your power? Maybe not your size, but hey, what's your biggest asset as a football player?
I would say my speed.
How'd you get better with the speed this past summer? What did you do to work out to get better?
Usually my mom would train me. We have 2 hills in our neighborhood, and we use sprints. We do just sprints all day.
And that was your mom?
She was an Olympic track runner.
So that's where it comes from, huh?
Yes, sir.
DJ Gray. So your mother was an Olympic track. What event did she run? You remember by chance?
She ran the 1600, the 4x8, and she ran the 800 for Jamaica.
Wow. So she ran a little bit, the 1600, the 800, a little bit more toward the distance runs too. And she was an Olympic type runner.
Yes, sir.
Where's your mom? What is she from this area or out of?
She's from Jamaica.
Wow, good stuff. What a Jamaican speed is always good speed.
Yes, sir.
And you kind of inherited that then. That's great. Now, do you also run track? I would
Yes,
think
sir.
you would. What's your event there?
100 100, 200, 400, 16 sometimes, 800 long jump, and high jump.
What don't you do? You do about everything on that track team. Who's your track coach?
Coach Wright, Miss Wright, Desiree Wright.
But he's glad to have you guys around, right, in all those events. So you do some track meets, you may do as many of those events you just mentioned then. Mm-hmm. That's a load. 100 and 200, right?
Yes, sir.
Any conference titles, any big victories in those maybe last year?
Our team did win all conference. We were conference champions. Yes.
Not bad at all. Did you get onto the state meet last year?
No.
Close though.
Yes.
I think it's at A&T, so you probably love to go to that state track and field championships, I'm sure.
Yes, sir.
Any chance to maybe do track in college as well as football, maybe both?
Yes, sir.
Because I remember Jeremiah Brown was here last year, and Jeremiah was going to, he went to Wake Forest, I guess he did, that's where he said he was going. He was going to do football and try to do track too, so maybe both of you as well.
Yes, sir.
Have you run any meets over at that indoor facility in Winston-Salem? The JBDL, what do they call it?
JBL.
Yeah, have you run over there some too?
Yes, sir.
What's that facility? We asked Jeremiah about that last year. What's that place like?
Well, it's for indoor track, really. We do that in the winter, so that's really more.
Does your team get to train over there, Southwest?
Yes, we do.
And
sometimes.
run a few meets over there too then?
Yes.
With DJ Gray tonight, we're going to close out with the Bomb.com part of our segment here with DJ. Going to get a few questions in. Now, you're going to answer these questions. We'll give you it's kind of a subjective type question. Going to go old school, new school. Give you a few names, see if you think these guys are old school or new school. A chance to win and take with you this Woods of Terra pass. I think the value on this is like $28, the Woods of Terra for this coming fall Halloween season. So the old school, new school, the Bomb.com question. Old school or new school? First of all, how about the Bridges brothers? You ever heard of them? Bridges brothers, Southwest Guilford?
No.
Man, you hadn't heard of the Bridges brothers. I saw one of the Bridges brothers today. So those guys would have to be for you, old school or new school?
The old school.
Yeah, you didn't. So don't forget. We'll go with old school. We'll take that. But Ray Bridges, Herbie Bridges, because Ray played at Greensboro College. Herbie played at Greensboro. Herbie's still at Greensboro playing. Old school or new school? These others. You hit on some of these guys. How about the Adams brothers? Ever heard of those guys?
No, sir.
Those guys would have to be what? Old school?
Old school.
You got Calvin, you got Amos, and you got Stefan. So those guys for you would be old school guys. Old school, new school. Let's keep going with DJ Gray tonight. What about Jeremiah Brown?
New school.
Yep, new school, just out of there last year. How about here's another good one for you. Ever heard of this guy, Eddie Pope?
No, sir.
He would have to be probably what then?
I would have to go with old school.
Yeah, old school. Big time player at Southwest years ago. Big time player. We'll talk more about him as the night rolls on. How about these guys? Langley brothers. You got KJ, you got Cam, you got Kobe, Keyshawn. Old school, new school.
New school.
New school. Virginia Tech guys. At least two of those brothers for the future. What about this guy? This guy. If Coach Chrisman, Brendan Chrisman is your athletic director. He's your AD. He probably remember this guy from Southwest. This guy's name was Scott O'Kelly. We got a linebacker now. One of our linebackers have to look this guy up when he gets back to school later on. O'Kelly, would he be old school, new school?
I would have to go old school.
Right. Again, another one for you. This guy, huge, big time Southwest, Brian Williams. That name ring a bell? Brian Williams? Have you ever heard of him?
Maybe.
Football guy, back in the day.
Old school.
Old school got to be because he was a big time player. Finally, how about these guys? The Rainies. Old school, new school.
I'm not sure about that. I would have to go with new school.
Gotcha. DJ, good job, my man.
Thank you.
We need to get you back again, maybe when you guys make the playoffs for another round and kind of get an update. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you, sir.
Super job, DJ Gray. Got to serve Southwest Guilford. Going next on